Good evening. My name is Wesley James on the day watch at the 24/7 Fleetweather Ocean Routing Center in New York. Current time is just after 23 GMT on the 17th of July 2022, and today's discussion is covering the Pacific Ocean tropics. The majority of today's discussion will be on Hurricane Estelle. However, the later portions of the discussion will be covering conditions over our main development regions. In the Eastern Pacific is just off the coast of Central America in the Gulf of Tehuantepec, which is on this map uh, southeast of Estelle. And then in the Western Pacific, we'll be looking at the Philippine Sea, uh, anywhere really northeast of the Philippines for tropical development conditions as well. We're going to start, however, focusing on Estelle in the Eastern Pacific. It is the only tropical concern that we can see in the 5-day outlook, courtesy of the National Hurricane Center. With its official forecast tracking generally west-northwest, maintaining hurricane strength through Wednesday morning, and then rapidly decaying through midday Friday into a depression. We can see here on the IR loop of Estelle a very healthy system, very symmetrical, indicative of a low wind shear environment, not fighting any dry air. And this is going to move northwestward, and we can see it's going to strengthen into a Category 2 hurricane, persist as such for the next 48 hours before moving over colder water. You can see the same forecast track overlaid here. This is sea surface temperatures. As soon as we hit cold water, this system is going to rapidly decay. It's going to have nowhere to pull energy from. Expected to be a depression after 72 hours. We are going to look here at our internal forecast product, which is Otis. We can see Hurricane Estelle here is gales extending to the southern Mexico coast. It's preventing any routing direct either from the Panama Canal or the northwestern South America. These routes to get in the Pacific Ocean follow a coastal Great Circle, usually, which hugs the coast of Mexico. Not possible at the moment, so we have delays both north and south of the system currently. However, as this moves forward in time, we can see it's maintaining a strong system. However, the gale radius is quite small. And so by the 1912 Z, we can see that we're going to be able to create some routes that safely pass north and east of the system, should this forecast validate as shown. Now I just want to briefly touch on what we're looking at monitoring for the future. And so we have two tropical waves, which will be moving into or off of Western Central America into the Gulf of Tehuantepec. Currently, this is our wind shear environment, and so we need a prolonged period of blues and whites located over an area of warm sea surface temperatures, which we have off Western Central America this time of year. But we can see that the wind shear remains pretty strong in the short term. This is 48 hours out now. We'd still see a lot of mean vertical wind shear. This isn't going to allow our systems to maintain a vertical stack and strengthen into a cyclone. However, in the later periods, we are starting to see a pocket of low wind shear, which persists for quite a few 24-hour frames. And so here's where we're going to be looking for tropical development in long range. And this would be in a very similar location to where Estelle formed days ago. Same sort of story in the Western Pacific. So 135 east, this is Japan up here for your bearings. Um, we have a couple decaying tropical waves, and as well as we have a low pressure center with a decaying cold front, which will be extending south from this. Uh, all of this is providing initial convection, and then we can see on the so this is the wind shear map for the Western Pacific. Again, we're looking at the pockets of low wind shear over warm water. We can see we have some persisting in this development region uh, east of the Philippines in this area here. So this is where we're going to be watching out in the long range for convection that persists in this area. Thank you so much for tuning in to the North Pacific tropical discussion. Stay connected and safe.